गौरवान्वितचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्. Okay, so Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you for giving me this opportunity again. So that because of you, because I want to serve you all, I am also going deep into the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That is helping me. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity to all of you. I would request all the devotees, whoever can please come on videos so that I may feel that I'm talking to people and not talking to impersonal Brahman. Is it fine? Is my voice fine now?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. So anyone wants to give me any what we have covered till now in 14 to 20 verses in the last class? Once we get some revision, then we can start. Okay, Rohini Mataji, would you like to give some details?
Yes, Mataji. So far like we begin the whole session by the 2 sessions you had why we should learn Bhagavad Gita. And after that, in the first chapter so far, what we have done is we came across with the first shloka where we saw how Dhritarashtra was biased. And then we saw how Duryodhana was explaining his team and the opposite team, where you acquainted us with his diplomacy. And in the last lesson, we also learned more about the conch shells. What was the name of each conch shells and how they obtained it, how Arjuna had his the charioteer and what it was a gift from Agni Dev. And also one of the reasons, as we concluded, we spoke about the conch shell shattered the hearts of uh, Duryodhana. Yeah, shattered the hearts of the Kauravas, and why it didn't shatter the heart of Pandavas. So we spoke on that as well. So this is the takeaway, Mataji, and these were the what I spoke was the takeaway points which I had written.
Yes. So basically, these were the signs of victory that could be seen from verses 14 to 20. What are the different signs of victory? How it ensured that Arjun, or I can say Pandavas, are anyhow going to win. So and these were all already visible from the start of the battle. It's not after the battle. It's from the start of the battle, and all these words are basically Sanjay's words. Sanjay is describing to Dhritarashtra all through these words that anyhow these people are having all the fortune with them, because Dhritarashtra was having that hope that probably because of the holy place they will compromise and my sons will be getting, like, they will win and they will be actually having the whole kingdom, right? The whole world as their kingdom. So he was of that thought, and Sanjay, in different types of words, he's trying to make Dhritarashtra understand that whatever are your plans, Pandavas are going to win. Okay, so the 14 to 20 verses is basically the signs of victory which Sanjay has given to Dhritarashtra. And also it tells us that how because of the 9 signs that we have, those 9 signs are the dictation of how fortunate Pandavas were, right? The biggest fortune of Krishna being on their side. So let us begin today's session with the PPT. Let me know if all of you are able to see the same.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. So as Rohini Mataji very nicely described the all the points that we have discussed till now. From today, we'll try to cover 21 to 26 probably, which is Krishna's Bhaktavatsal, and then 26 family members seen by Arjun. Also, if time permits, we will check the reasons that Arjuna is giving against fighting the war, right? So because in 20th words that we took last time, we covered till Hanuman, right? The flag marked with Hanuman, Kapidwaja. The second half that we have to start from today. The first half had the sign of victory, which was Hanumanji on the flag of Arjuna, right? So I'll just last time, I would be reading the words, and you all can please unmute and repeat it. So, atha vyavasthitan drishtva
व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा
धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वज
धृतराष्ट्रान्
प्रवृत्ते शास्त्रसम्पाते
प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते
धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः
धनुर्योद्यम्य पाण्डवः
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम्
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम्
इदम् आह महीपते. Okay, so thank you for reciting. One of you can please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
O king, at that time Arjuna, the son of Pandu, who was seated in his chariot, his flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows, looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra. O king, Arjuna then spoke to Hrishikesha, Krishna, these words. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so here what is happening, we can see in the second half that Arjun is taking up his bow and he is prepared to shoot the arrows, right? Till this moment, Arjuna is not thinking of any peace, or he's not fearful, or he's not thinking of any other thing. He's ready to fight, basically, right? He's not thinking of any other option. But once he looked at the sons of Dhritarashtra, when he looked at the opposite army, then he actually talked to Rishikesh, to Krishna. So someone might say that, is this a point, right? Because he already the conchs were blown, and there is no point, right? Once the conchs are blown, you have given the signal that you are ready to fight. So at this point of time, Arjuna is starting a discussion with Krishna. And why is that discussion important is we'll see in the next verse, right? So now what happens is when Arjuna sees all the army people, he tells Krishna, he requests infallible Lord Krishna to draw his chariot in the middle of the battlefield. So this we will see in text 21 and 22. We'll cover both of them together. So again, you all can repeat after me. Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna
Uvacha
Senayorubhayormadhye
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
Ratham sthapayamechyuta
Ratham
स्थापयाम्येच्युता
Yavad etan riksheham
यावदेतान्
Yodhu kaman avasthitan
कामान् अवस्थितान्
Kairmaya saha yodhavyam Asmin rana samudyame.
अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे
So again, one of you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very good. So basically here, Arjuna is saying that we have already said, right? That he's asking Krishna to draw the chariot in between both the armies, right? Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. So in between both the armies, Madhye means in between. Please station the chariot, right? And Achyuta, why he's using the word Achyuta? Achyuta means infallible. So here, as we have mentioned, that Arjun was already ready with his bow and arrow, and he just had a thought which he wanted to express before the Lord. This thought we will later discuss, that it is also a sort of a symptom of a devotee that who is very soft-hearted, that he doesn't want to kill all the people who are involved in the war, because he knew that whoever has come in front of them, right, they are anyhow going to get killed. So that we will discuss sometime later in after 2 3 verses. So what he wanted to express to the Lord, I may see who all have assembled to fight, right? So first of all, why would Arjuna say this? I may see who all have assembled to fight. This particular statement is sort of redundant. Why? Because he already knew. He already knew who all have come to fight. So if he's saying that I may see who all have assembled to fight, is somewhere giving that indication that he's having a fear in his heart, not fear of losing the war. So this is very important. Arjun is not fearful of losing the war. Why he is fearful? He would give 5 reasons of not fighting the war at the end of this chapter. Those are basically the reasons of fear. He is fearing that so many people would die. These many relatives, these are all my relatives, right? So because of all of those emotions, he doesn't want to, he's not very much enthusiastic at this point of time to fight the war, right? So he's saying that I may see who all have assembled to fight. Now, Arjuna's bewilderment and confusion here that we are seeing right now. At this point of time, Arjun is thinking that, oh, these are all my relatives, and like they are my blood relatives, right? And all would die. I'm seeing them all for the very last time. So what happens, like for example, if you are not very comfortable with a person, or you're not having a good relation with a particular person, right? He may be your relative or anyone, and whole life you had issues with that person, and you were like, I just don't want to see this person in front of me. But at the time, let's say you come to know that this person has got a very big disease, or he's going to die, or he's died, right? At that point of time, any person, be he be a very bad person or a good person, whatever, that for a moment they will feel that, oh, so bad happened with him, I should have forgiven, I should have talked to him, right? That one feeling comes. Maybe later then you would think, let it be, that person was so and so, I don't want to talk to him, good that he died. But first thing that comes is that we should have some discussion at the end, or oh my god, he died, right? I should have talked to him once. So, or he got such a big disease, you feel sorry for him. So similarly, Arjun is feeling that all of them are going to die, that it's a very big army, 11 Akshavani Sena from his side. So those many from his side, 7 Akshavani Sena. This is a very big number. Crores and crores of people are going to die because of one reason. Because of one reason, that Duryodhan is not going to give the kingdom, the rightful claim of Pandavas to them, right? And there are many other things that that Kauravas have done to Pandavas, but still, this being the main reason, right? So Arjun, because he's a devotee, he's also having a soft.
Hare Krishna. I can't hear Mataji. Is that for everyone?
Yeah, it is not hard, Mataji.
Oh, okay.
She's on mute, I think, Mataji.
I think look, this thing, the light must
network
have gone or
problem, I
something
think.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you now, Mataji.
Yes, very sorry. Power cut happened here, so I connected through mobile hotspot. Okay, so yes, let me share back. Yes. So we see that Arjun's bewilderment and confusion here is totally under the control of Krishna. Why it is so is Arjun, because Krishna wants to give this knowledge, right? He wants to give Bhagavad Gita, he wants to give all the instructions for all of us. But for all of us, how would he give? He would have to give it to one of his associate, right? All the instructions or all the teachings that Krishna has to give, he is actually giving through his Leela with his associates only, right? So here Arjun is playing that role of getting the instructions. The other point is, which is very important, Arjun is not getting this instruction while sitting on in a palace in a good mood when he's in that mood of, okay, yes, Krishna, please tell me, I'm taking notes, right? He is in a position where he is bewildered, he is confused, he is in a war situation, right? Similarly, why Krishna has put his associate in such a condition and then he is making him bewildered and then he is giving all the instructions is because so that we can relate to Arjun, right? We are not that capable like Arjun. Arjun is one of the bestest warriors. He is one of the strongest, powerful warriors. And he is someone in the sixth chapter, you will see, he said, I can control the wind, but but I cannot control my mind. So can you imagine one who can control the wind? So he is such a person who is actually on a very high level of understanding philosophical things as well as material whatever relations or any other material knowledge, spiritual knowledge, everything he had. Plus he is a devotee because he is all the time surrendered to Krishna. Still, when he is in such a situation, then Krishna is delivering the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So for this, through this, we can understand that whenever we are in situations of confusion, bewilderment, we have to basically understand the knowledge from Shastra, from Bhagavad Gita, right? One of the example here is of Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj, everyone knows that Parikshit Maharaj, when he was in the womb, because of that Brahmastra, he actually faced the heat of Brahmastra when he was in the womb, right? And for Kshatriyas and even for Vaishnavas, pure devotees, if you see, they are very much sense controlled. It's not like they will feel thirst or hunger and they cannot control it. But still, we see that Parikshit Maharaj, he could not control his thirst and he went to Samik Rishi and he put a dead snake across his neck, right? Someone might, we should only think, how can it happen that a Vaishnav, a Kshatriya who is so controlled in senses, it is very easy for them to control hunger and when they are fighting, they are not eating in between, they are not drinking water in between. Kshatriyas are trained in that way. Similarly, they are so highly like Parikshit Maharaj used to respect Brahmanas like anything. There is no question of insulting a Brahmana just because he felt thirst, right? Krishna is putting his devotees in such situations where when they are acting in a very opposite way, opposite of to their nature, so that Parikshit Maharaj got the knowledge of Bhagavatam. Right after this incident, Parikshit Maharaj was given the knowledge of Bhagavatam, and for 7 days and 7 nights, he did not felt any hunger or thirst. And he actually mentioned that also that I'm drinking this nectar and I'm not feeling any hunger and thirst. So this is because Krishna put him in that situation first, right? First, he got to know that okay, I'm going to die in 7 days. Then he actually sought to getting the knowledge of Bhagavatam in 7 days, right? So that he can make his life successful. Similarly, here Arjun is put into a particular situation so that he understands his situation. He's confused, he's bewildered, and now he would be able to take the knowledge. Even for ourselves, when we are in very good situations, like we are hearing this knowledge since so many years, but actually when a problem comes, this knowledge is realized because then actually we understand that, oh, I'm still not surrendered. I'm still not thinking about being grateful to Krishna, right? So similarly, Arjun's bewilderment is actually helping us getting Bhagavad Gita and the instructions from Krishna. Now, the other thing being that who all wants to become a cab driver, right? If someone says, like we have discussed this in last class, that if someone tells Ambani, drive my cab, drive my car, he would say, who are you? What do you think of yourself? Even if his best friend says, And it's not like just he and his friend. It's in front of 64 crore people, right? Here, Krishna is driving the chariot in front of so many people. So, Krishna is taking the subordinate position just to serve his devotee. But through this, his supreme position is not challenged. No one can say, Are, how can Bhagwan drive? Right? He can be Bhagwan and he can also be a driver. So it's not like if Krishna is taking a position, a subordinate person, his superior position becomes challenged. It's not like that. It is out of love he wants to serve his devotees. And out of all the opulences that Krishna is having, so Krishna has 6 opulences, right? And all the opulences that he's having, he's most attractive, he's all knowledgeable, he's all beautiful. There are out of all the 6, the opulence of renunciation is the highest. Why? Because if a person is everything, and still he's not attached to any of them, that is the biggest thing actually. And this is why when Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna, he is being glorified so much as Bhaktavatsal. And here Arjuna is basically ordering Krishna to take his chariot between the two armies. So we have to understand that all the problems starts from here. Why? Because now we are deciding what is good for me. Let's say if I decide, Krishna, this is, and then we pray to Krishna, Krishna, please, please, please let this, please make this happen, please make this happen. We are doing the same thing what Arjuna is doing. Arjuna is telling Krishna to make the chariot come in between the two armies. We are telling Krishna, Krishna, please make me pass this exam. Krishna, please make this happen, please make that happen. So this is what we are doing. We are making Krishna bring the chariot in between the two armies, right? So we must not give any orders to Krishna, but we must take the orders from Krishna. And when we are giving our own desires to be fulfilled,
Sir,
and the moment
don't know whom to tell. Sharat called me.
Hare
She's
Krishna,
calling you, it says.
Requesting devotees to please mute themselves.
He wanted some registers from me.
Archana Mataji.
Archana Mataji.
Actually, I'm not the host now because Saurabh Prabhuji, can you please make me the host? Left muted. Thank you.
Mataji, if you could make
Okay.
one more person the co-host, we'll see that the others are unmuted.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Saurabh Prabhuji, you can make me the host, and any one of you can be a co-host. So yeah, thank you. So when we are giving the moment when we are giving orders to Krishna, right? It is for certain that we are going to cry. We can try that in our life also. We can ask Krishna. One of my friend, I'll just give you a small
Only
incident.
prayer,
So
no,
one of my
Mataji. It should not. Yeah, I'll tell later. Sorry, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah. So basically, when we are actually asking Krishna that please make this happen or please make that happen, we are some in a particular situation as per our desire, and probably our desire might not be as good as Krishna's desire to make us purified to go back to Krishna, right? So one of my friend, what happened was once he went to NVCC temple. NVCC, we have Balaji right there, Pune. So he went to Balaji and he prayed that please Krishna, please get me job at one of the big 4 companies, and he was playing like that. So he's a devotee, but he was for Krishna only. So sometimes what happens is on the name of Krishna, we want our own things to be fulfilled, right? But we do not understand unless and until Guru directs us. So this way he was praying and he got that job. He got that job in a big 4 company. Because of that job, he lost the association of devotees. He had to move to another particular place. There he had no one who was known to him, and there his office location was not fixed. Go to other day. So all of his day schedule was totally hampered, and his sadhana was hampered and everything. Then he realized that what I actually desired, Krishna fulfilled, but I'm crying due to this. A similar thing happens with Arjuna. Arjuna is ordering Krishna, but then because of this particular situation, he's later. So there are two perspectives. It's not like, was the first point that
Mataji, the voice quality
It's
is
actually
very
directing
poor.
Arjun.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Bhumika Mataji, the voice quality is
Hare
very
Krishna.
poor. Can you check with others also?
Yes, Mataji, the voice is not clear.
Okay. So let me try with another audio device. Just a second. Hare Krishna, is my voice okay now?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
Mataji.
okay now.
It's fine now.
Okay, fine. So whatever I was saying till now, was it audible to all of you, or you were able to follow?
The last
Able to follow, ma'am.
we could understand is that about the anecdote that you gave, he lost association of his friends, and after that it was on and off.
Okay, okay. Yeah, saying that particular friend, he lost association of devotees. His whole day schedule was hampered, and his sadhana was hampered, and everything happened just because he got a job in that big four company, right? But then he realized that what I was actually asking to Krishna, my desire was not good for me, really, because I got good money, but then I lost a more meaningful thing, association. I missed my sadhana, I missed my anything. I moved to a different place. So all those things happened. So similarly, what I was mentioning is there are 2 points. One point is that Arjun is not someone like us. Arjun is the associate of Krishna. So his activities are actually being directed by Krishna. But to understand the words in another way, the other sense of it is that when we consider ourselves in a position of Arjuna, then we have to understand that we must not order Krishna. We must take the we must take shastras from Guru in supervision. Okay, I guess one of someone had doubt in between on this particular thing, or no?
Sorry, Mataji, the audio quality
Okay,
is very poor. I was wondering, maybe if you could switch off your video, it could help. Even Saurabh Prabhu has suggested that. It's
sure,
No,
still,
it was
sure, sure.
very clear, Mataji. Second time she explained, both were clear for me.
oh, is it
No,
Okay,
Mataji?
Mataji,
so
for
Because
me
how
also,
is it now?
oh,
it's like Mataji,
now,
one whole word, no? The 3/4 of the word is heard, then the last part of it gets cut. That's what is happening.
but now this was better what you spoke, this part.
Okay. Um. So I'll
Can we
just say the
try
Hare
with the
Krishna
video off?
mantra, and you can tell me that if it is all fine. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Was it all fine?
Yes, Mataji.
In between breaking, Mataji.
Yeah, even for me it was an issue.
Yes, Mataji, in between the words actually was not heard.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe my mobile connection is not that strong. Connection secured, but not sure. So, so do you want to? Should I continue?
Yeah, you continue, Mataji. Maybe keep the video off and then we can.
Yeah, I'm keeping my video off. Okay. So, basically here you will understand as Achyuta, which means infallible. Never fails in
No,
asking
no,
affection
Mataji.
for his devotees.
Mataji,
So
voice
Mataji,
is
whatever
not,
he
it's so
voice is not.
intermittent.
It's not clear.
Maybe we should relog in. Try relogging in again.
relogin actually would cause the live stream to
Oh, okay.
so let
Somewhat some
See if it is
breaking.
possible.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we could hear you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is it fine now?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. It's
You
fine.
can
Perfect.
avoid sharing the screen, Mataji, so that your network is bandwidth is, I think, quite low. So you can avoid.
Yep. Okay, I can, you all can make notes. I will share the PPT anyhow after the class, so then you would be able to check the PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yep. Okay, so yes, I was telling you the meaning of Achyuta. So the Lord is actually never failing in his activities. So someone who never falls from his activities, never fails in his activities, that person is called Achyuta. So here also, when Arjun is ordering him, he is not thinking, oh, now he's ordering me, or how come he ordered me? I'm the supreme Lord, right? He's not thinking anything in that fashion. He is taking the order and happily doing that, right? So this is why he's been called Achyuta, and he's not hesitating actually to carry out the order of Arjuna as his charioteer. And also, the Rishikesh word means that his senses, the Lord's senses were unchallenged, right? He can follow all the orders of his devotee and still be on the supreme position. So this is the basic transcendental relationship between the Lord and his devotee, which is very very sweet. So Prabhupada says a devotee is always eager to serve the Lord, and the Lord obtains transcendental pleasure in receiving the orders of his pure devotees, although he is always the infallible supreme master. So this is the position of Lord with his devotees. And this is what we can see in Krishna Leela also, right? Krishna is so happy taking the orders of his friends, Yashoda Maya, all the gopis tells him to dance like a girl, so he is dancing, taking a matki on his head. When he's fighting with his friends are like, they are defeating him in wrestling, right? They are punching Krishna and saying, oh, you have killed Putna, you have killed this demon, you have killed that person. I do not think so. I am more powerful than you. And Krishna is allowing them to defeat him. So this is how Krishna is taking pleasure in being defeated by his devotees, or by taking the orders of his devotees. He likes to serve them. He likes to make them happy. So uh, and that particular Leela as well, when the fruit seller came to Krishna, and when she gave the fruits to Krishna, Krishna made her basket full of jewels, right? So the fruit seller actually, at that point of time, the later part of the story goes like that, the fruit seller was so much in ecstasy by seeing Krishna that she did not feel that she has got so many jewels back in her basket. So when she went back to her village, everyone saw that, oh, see how many jewels they are so rare jewels you are having in your basket, how did you get them? So then she realizes that Krishna has actually re- returned back her favor. Like, she gave a favor to Krishna by giving the fruits, and Krishna gave her the jewels. But pure devotees, the state of pure devotees is such that they do not want something in return from the Lord. They just want to serve the Lord, and they're happy doing that. So their particular service attitude is unmotivated and uninterrupted. and they do not want anything in exchange. Although the Lord still wants to exchange whatever they have given, right? So when she realized that, okay, I've got, the Lord has reciprocated with me in this way, but this is not what I want, right? I just want to become his mother, that's all. So she again went to Gokul, and she was saying, fruits le lo, fruits, phal le lo. And then again Krishna came out. So then she said, okay, Krishna, I'm not saying the exact words as per the descriptions. What I've heard from the devotees, I'm saying. So she said that, Krishna, you have given me in return for whatever love I have for you, but this is not right. Please, can you sit on my lap and call me Maya? So then, when Krishna sat on her lap and said Maya, then she was satisfied. So this is how, this is the sweet love between the devotees and the Lord, and this is, Bhagavatam is full of such loving exchanges. That is why Bhagavatam is Amal Puran. It is the topmost scripture, right? And just by reading Bhagavatam, just by hearing Bhagavatam, one develops that love for Krishna. So yes, so this was 1.21 and 22 that we discussed. Now in 1.23, Arjuna wants to see who all have come to fight, wishing to please Duryodhan, right? So, okay, if everyone has a Veda base or Bhagavad Gita in front of them, they can open that, because I'm not sharing, and they can repeat after me. Yotsamanan aveksheham
योत्स्यामानानवेक्षेऽहम्
ya itetra samagatah
एतेऽत्र समागताः
dhartarashtrasya durbuddhir
Dardrashtasya durbudhe
yuddhe priya chikirshava.
yuddhe priyashikirtavah.
So here the translation goes like, let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So Arjun is speaking these words, right? Arjun is not even taking the name of uh, Duryodhan. He's saying evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So he already knew this was an open secret. Everyone knew that Duryodhan had just one plan in his mind, that was to wipe out the Pandavas and enjoy the whole kingdom for himself, right? So everyone know that he was evil-minded. And here similarly Arjun is stating the fact that who all have come in the side of Kauravas, they have basically assembled to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. And both Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana both were of the same thought. They just wanted to enjoy the kingdom without any obstacle, right? So here Prabhupada gives a very nice in his lecture. Prabhupada mentioned, what do you mean by durbuddhi? Durbuddhi means to usurp others' property is called durbuddhi, mischievous. So this was the basic nature of Duryodhana. He wanted to usurp this property, which was actually part of, which was actually should be given to everyone, and ideally to Yudhishthir he should be the overall ruler. But then he wanted to usurp all of this in any way possible, right? So he had tried everything possible in his hand. So why should one encroach upon others' property? That is not good. This is what these are words from Prabhupada. Why one should encroach on others' property? That is not good. Tena tyaktena bhunjita ma grida kashyas vidhanam. So in the Ishopnisha, this particular thing is mentioned, that whatever is assigned to us, that we should take it with gratitude, and we should not be greedy for anything else, right? Whatever is given to us, that is our property. So you accept only what is given to you. Don't encroach on others' property. This is peaceful. Everything belongs to Krishna. So whatever Krishna gives you as prasadam, as his favor, you accept it and be satisfied. Now, when we read Bhagavad Gita, we do not think that, okay, Durbuddhi is Duryodhan. We think that Durbuddhi is Duryodhan. We do not apply that particular principle to ourselves or human society in general. Even in human society, you see this principle that people are trying to encroach upon others' property. People are trying to not be satisfied with what they have, and they are greedy about getting more and more. So because of this basic principle of we becoming durbuddhi, we are causing disturbance in the whole world. The basic principle of peace is being disturbed because people are not educated in that way. Everyone is wanting more and more and more. So there is no satisfaction. So that is durbuddhi. So this way, Prabhupada is trying to explain that not only Duryodhana is Durbuddhi, but this particular principle is applied to human society also in general, whoever are not satisfied. And who are satisfied actually, if we see from the basis, actually only the devotees are satisfied because they understand that that everything belongs to Krishna, and whatever is given to me is basically Krishna's desire, Krishna's what we can say, it is because of Krishna I'm getting this, so I should be actually grateful for whatever I'm having, be it little or be it more, and therefore they are satisfied and they are not wanting everything else, right? So that is why if the world is trying to become if the world becomes Krishna conscious, then only the actual peace would be there. Until that, people will be durbuddhi. Okay, so yes, so Krishna, Arjun, what he's mentioning here, I want to see who all have come here to fight, who all have come to fight for dharma, and especially came for the pleasure of durbuddhi, cruel Dhritarashtra's son. And like I mentioned, he is not even taking his name. He's so what I can say, he's totally having bad feelings towards this person because this person is of such a nature, right? And everyone knew that Duryodhana wanted to take away everything from Pandavas, and his own father has actually supported him. So here, that is why Arjuna is mentioning Dhartarashtrasya, right? Dhartarashtrasya, which is also Dhritarashtra's son. So here, this particular word is also applicable to Dhartarashtra. Like Durbuddhi is also applicable to Duryodhana as well as to Dhartarashtra, because the Dhritarashtra, because he was actually supporting the evil deeds of his son. And when it is said that who all have come, like he's mentioning all the Kaurav armies, whoever has come from the side of Kaurav army to support the decision of Duryodhana, to take the side of Duryodhana, are basically having the same mentality as his. So he wanted to see all of them, that who all are bent upon on fighting the war, right? And he also wanted to see the strength of the army. So one thing is that he wanted to check the strength, and he wanted to see that, okay, whom to kill first and how to defeat them. So this is one of the other point apart from all of the previous ones that we have discussed. So but at this point of time also, he was not in any mood to make any peace treaties, right? After this, when Krishna actually drews the chariot in midst of both the armies, which is verse 124, then then all the confusion and bewilderment you would actually see from Arjuna's words. So let's go to 1.24. So Lord Krishna draws the chariot in between both the armies. You can repeat after me. Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Sanjaya
Evam
Uvacha.
Evam Yukto Rishikesho
Evam
Purishikesho
Gudakeshena Bharatah
Gudakeshena Bharata
Senayorubhayorमध्ये
Senayor Ubayor Madhye
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्.
Tapayitva Ratottamam.
Someone can please read a translation?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, Arjun is, Sanjay is basically describing this whole situation, that Krishna drew up the chariot in midst of both the armies, right? Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. The same thing we have read in the previous verse also. And here two words he's using. One is Rishikesh and other is Gudakesh. Right? So Gudakesh means Arjun is referred as Gudakesh, and Gudakesh means uh, Gudaka means sleep, and sleep also means ignorance. But one who has conquered sleep is known as Gudakesh. Okay, so Arjun has conquered sleep and ignorance, both. Why? Because of his friendship with Krishna. He was always in the consciousness of Krishna. He was always remembering his beautiful friend, his beautiful attributes. He was always remembering Krishna. So, this is the nature of devotee. Once someone asked Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, in your life, did you ever forget Krishna? And Prabhupada said that not even for a moment. Prabhupada never ever forgot Krishna, even when he was a child, even when he grew up. So Prabhupada, like any pure devotee, you would see that even in sleeping, this is called samadhi. Even when they are sleeping, they are actually remembering Krishna. And there is a particular pastime when Arjun was sleeping, and from his back, Krishna, 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 this voice was coming in. So when actually Krishna saw this, he actually had tears in his eyes because he saw that how much his devotee remembers him. Even if you see acharyas, so yesterday was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day, and I was hearing one of the lectures about him, and there were many pastimes about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur where His Grace Amog Lila Prabhuji was describing. He told that once what happened that Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to do his sadhana, right? And like all the acharyas till Prabhupada, they were all chanting 64 rounds, right? So 64 minimum. They were chanting even more rounds. So, and they were also doing their own duties and they were all the time Krishna conscious. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in the room where he used to chant, even when he used to go out for duty from that room, uh, the family members used to hear the voice Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So it struck me so much that it's not just for Arjun or people who have actually seen Krishna in front of them that such pastimes were seen. It is also applicable to all our acharyas who have just gone some time back. And even because they were always remembering Krishna, their chanting could even make the matter speak. So all the matter in his room
Hare
was also
Krishna.
Chetan.
I can't hear Mataji. Can the others hear?
It's clear to me.
Okay, sorry Mataji for the interruption.
What happened, Mataji? Couldn't hear what Rohini Mataji was telling.
Rohini Mataji was saying that she was still facing some issue with my audio.
No, it is perfectly all right
No,
for
it's
us.
okay,
For me.
Mataji. Okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. Sorry, again, there was a power streak. Now it is fine.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. I really would like to apologize because it's not good that there should be an interruption in between the discussion of Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. But this is not in my control. So, okay, let me share now. Yes, so we discussed on this that Arjun was known as Godakesh, and then Krishna is referred to as Rishikesh because, as a director of mind and senses, he could understand Arjuna's purpose. So it's not just that Krishna is being called Rishikesh again and again, even if he's called with the same name in that particular verse, it has a bit of different meaning. The meaning revolves around the same statement that he's the lord of the mind and senses, but then here it means that he understood the purpose of why Arjun is asking him to place the chariot in between the armies, and which was basically his hesitation to fight, right? So here that is why he's being referred as Rishikesh. Okay, so we covered these things. And yes, this is one small thing added. So as per Ayurveda, it is recommended that we should have 6 hours of sufficient rest, and the hours when we can actually our body can actually take rest. It's not like okay, I will sleep in morning 6 and I will wake up around 12. So this is also 6 hours, but that is not the body clock, right? So as devotees, why this is important is because as a devotee, as an aspiring devotee, we want to be stable in our sadhana. Stable in our sadhana means we must chant 16 rounds. That too, we should try to chant them in the Brahma Muhurat. So it's not like when I am speaking, I am already doing that. Even I am trying to do that. Many times it happens that the schedule breaks. But this is the real ideal thing. And why it is important is because whatever we are doing in the rest of the hours, the 2 hours we are chanting, and the rest of the hours when we are not chanting, those activities will actually determine the next day's chanting. So if we are, let's say, chanting for 2 hours and then in the day we are criticizing others, or we are not grateful, or we are thinking that we are the controller and enjoyer and why things are not going my way, the next day's chanting would be bad. And we can see that. You can, all of us would be able to see that. So the rest of the day, if you're chanting, let's say if you're sleeping from 10 to 4 or 9 to 3, and then we are chanting our 16 rounds in Brahma Muhurta, so the tamogun that is actually causing bad activities or bad thoughts to come in our mind throughout the day, that tamogun reduces. And thus it helps us in performing the pure devotional service towards the Lord. So this, everything is connected. It's not like that. Ayurveda is basically what? The shastra which helps you increase your life. Ayu is increased. So Ayurveda is basically helping us control our food habits, control our sleeping habits, control our other thought processes and everything. All of these things are covered in Ayurveda. Why? So that our lifespan increase. And why people say that, okay, you should have a long life? Because through long life you would be able to realize all the knowledge that you have gained from the shastra. A person who gets old, he has seen everything, and thus he becomes convinced that, okay, this world is not for me, I must go back to Krishna. So this is one of the reason why people say that you must have long life, that you must realize that human life is rare, and you have got this human life, you must go back to God. So this is one of the things that wanted to add in between. Yeah, and one of the meanings which the acharyas give is Gudakesh also means means Brahma, Ka means Vishnu, and Ish means Shiva. And good means one who has received the mercy of. So basically, Gudakesh also means one who has received the mercy of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And Arjuna has received this mercy from all of three. So his one of the names is Gudakesh. So two meanings of Gudakesh: one is one who has conquered sleep, and the other is one who has received mercy from all Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So both of the meanings are applicable on Arjuna, and thus his name is Gudakesh. Okay, so moving ahead to text 25. You all can repeat after me. Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah
भीष्मद्रोण
प्रमुखतः
Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam
सर्वेषां महीक्षिताम्
Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan
Uvacha
उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान्
Samavetan Kuruniti.
Samavetam
करोमीति।
Okay, one of you can read the translation, please.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
In the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, Rishikesha, the Lord, said, "Just behold, Partha, all the Kurus who are assembled here." Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, so here, Arjun asked Krishna to place the chariot in between the armies. Krishna followed the order and he made the chariot come in between. Now, finally, Krishna would speak, right? So, in the next verse, in 25th, he is actually placing the chariot. So, the whole Kaurav army, like I mentioned, there are 64 crore of army people, right, present there in the opposite side. And in so where actually Krishna should place it, that Arjun has not told him, right? So Krishna is deliberately placing the chariot in between, in front of Bhishma and Drona. Why? That we will discuss now. So, and then what he's saying, just behold, Parth, all Kurus who are assembled here, right? So, Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan. Pashyaitan, if someone remembers, we have referred this particular word in the previous verse also, one of the previous verses. Someone remembers where?
पश्येतान् पाण्डुपुत्रस्य
Yes,
Pashyaitam
yes,
Panduputranam.
exactly. Yes. So,
Third
Sudha
one.
Mataji and Sindhu Mataji, right? You're right. So, Pashyaitan Panduputranan, in 1.3, when Duryodhan starts to describe the Pandav army, at that point of time, he's using this word, just see, right? So, Pashyaitan is basically just see. So, here also Krishna is seeing, see Arjun, all the Kurus have assembled here, right? So, this is, why it's not moving ahead? Huh. So Lord Krishna is saying, Pashyaitan, just see Partha, the Kurus assembled here. But here Arjun will actually get more illusioned by seeing. So in the previous classes we have discussed, right, that spiritual knowledge is taken from ears, and not directly from eyes. Someone might say that I've not seen Krishna, but someone will say that I have seen Krishna through years. By hearing the scriptures of acharyas, by hearing Bhagavatam, we are able to actually see Krishna. So why eyes are not so much eligible as much as ears? Because eyes is actually causing bewilderment. Many people still, even if they do not say, but they have this inherently like they have inherently accepted this fact that seeing is believing, but that is not true. Whatever we see, it is based on our intellect that we would take the information. So it's not like if I'm seeing a particular situation, let's say 10 people see the same situation, all 10 of them would have their different inferences, right? Based on their own experiences in past, their own intellect, what they have known till now, what they have experienced till now in their life. So that is why seeing is actually causing bewilderment to Arjuna. And later, he would be coming out of this illusion by hearing Bhagavad Gita. So Arjun, like I was mentioning, that Arjun asked to place the chariot in between, but where exactly Krishna has placed it? He has placed it perfectly in front of Bhishma and Drona, to whom Arjun was most attached. So this is very important. If Krishna would have placed the chariot in front of Karna and Duryodhan, Arjun would be like, he would get more angry and he would feel, let me kill them. I'll just kill. All his anger would increase even more and he would be even more ready to fight the war. If he would have seen Duryodhan and Karna and Dushasan and these type of people in front of him. But by seeing Bhishma and Drona, he had love for them, he had respect for them. So that is why Krishna placed the chariot in front of them so that Arjuna will feel this bewilderment. Otherwise, he would not feel the bewilderment. Right. So out of 64 crores of warriors, he chose the toughest test for his devotee. How? Bhishma signifies material attachment. So the material attachment that we have in our life, right? Towards our material relatives, towards our family members, towards whomsoever we consider our own, right? So all of them are actually called material attachment. And Drona is the guru, right? So he signifies material intelligence and qualification. So many people are also attached. I'm a PhD. I have done 4 degrees. I have these many degrees. Many people have this particular habit of repeating that that person, he's so influential, he's my friend. Do you know that person, he owns such big an estate, he's my friend. So this way they are trying to qualify themselves, to show themselves better than others. Why? Because of some particular material qualifications or material intelligence that they are having. So any person in general is very attached to their material attachments as well as their material intelligence and qualifications. So this is the test for Arjun which Krishna has chosen. And why Krishna chooses the toughest test for his devotees? The reason is that he doesn't want the student to fail, but he makes them even more serious. So anyone who has been into Krishna consciousness for long, they would definitely know that Krishna takes test every now and then. Everyone would agree who has been into even for some time also in Krishna
Yes.
consciousness. We can say yes, someone agrees to this fact.
Yeah, 100% Mataji.
Yes, exactly. Krishna keeps on checking whether this person is still surrendered unto me or he wants to go somewhere else, whether he is attracted to his material attachment, whether he is attracted to his material moral conducts of life, whether he is attached to some other demigods. Everything Krishna will keep on checking. Deliberately, he will whenever you are going to class, let's say if you are having satsang every Sunday, deliberately he'll keep some particular material engagement on Sunday to see whether you choose the class or whether you choose
Mataji,
us.
also heard he's a very possessive lord. Is it true?
Yes, yes, Krishna
But
is very
I
possessive.
don't take it because I feel that he's a supreme lord, not to be taken as ordinary person.
Yes. Yes, there are two things. See, Krishna also says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante. So, how much we are actually desiring, that much he is reciprocating. And he says in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter that if someone is more having more faith towards worshipping demigods, he would give that faith to that person. So it's not like Krishna is so possessive that a person wants to go to demigod and he'll catch that person and make him come towards him. He's not a forceful lover. Possessive lover, as in one who has once taken shelter of Krishna and his devotees, he wants to keep that person with him. So he'll try, but if let's say if a particular still wants to leave Krishna, if he wants to go to other demigods or he wants to go to his material ways of living or whatever, then Krishna will not force. Of course, that person is failing the test. Krishna will try to give him more association. You would see there was a very nice pastime that I heard of a devotee. He was a person, I guess, from Germany or something. He was a brahmachari in the temple. So once what happened, there was some particular conflict, and some particular senior devotee or someone said something to him. I do not remember in detail. So he was extremely saddened and disappointed, and he thought he left Krishna consciousness. Okay, and he said that I will never ever associate with these people, never in my life. So he left everything, but he continued to be vegetarian. He was still vegetarian. He was not offering the food to Krishna, but he was not eating non-veg, and he was not drinking wine and all those things. So, but he did not want to associate with devotees. So once what happened, he was in a plane, and there were two other Matajis in that plane, and they were, of course, like devotees carry Mahaprasadam with them all the time, right? So those two Matajis were just taking out their Mahaprasad, and one of the Mataji said, why can't we should give this Mahaprasad to that particular person? So that person was sitting besides them. So he was thinking actually in his mind, oh no, why again these people with tilak and kanti? I don't want to associate with them. And these Matajis were like, Prabhu, excuse me, would you please like to have this food? This is vegetarian. It is very tasty. You will like it. And they are not knowing that he is actually a devotee. He was actually a devotee. So they were forcing him to get this food. So now what happened? When he actually took that food and he ate it, he started crying, and he was crying very.
Please, Mataji, screen frozen.
Yes, I do.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, again power cut. So Krishna is testing today. All of us. He's saying that, oh, you're giving big lectures. Let me check you.
Mataji, where you are staying, Mataji? Bhumika Mataji?
I'm staying in Chandrapur, Maharashtra.
From Maharashtra. Okay.
It is near Nagpur, yes. So generally, this is not a time where the power cut happens, but specifically today it is happening. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, that Krishna is testing us today. So just completing my particular the story that I was telling, that that particular devotee started crying, and then those Matajis asked him the reason why he's crying actually. So he said that he had left Krishna consciousness, he had left the association of devotees, and from the last 3 days he was actually attending a funeral of one of his family members, and those people do not have anything veg. Even when you go in a funeral, they have everything non-veg. Each and everything is non-veg. You cannot even think of eating there. Even if there is something veg, it would be tainted with non-veg only. So that particular person was fasting since 3 days. And Krishna somehow arranged this Mahaprasad, the association of devotees, somewhere in the air in an aeroplane. So this is how Krishna actually loves us so much. So when we say that Krishna is possessive lover, he actually cares for us. He doesn't want that, okay, this person has actually attained the goal of life. He has got to know that what is the real goal of life. Now he should not go somewhere else. At least someone who, hello, Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
why he had left Krishna consciousness?
Yes, that I was telling in initially,
Because
right?
he was
That
disappointed.
he was disappointed with some conflict,
Right.
and then at that point of time he thought that I don't want to be here, and then he left. That is the reason. But still, even when he thought of leaving, Krishna did not leave. Krishna
Yeah.
still like,
He
and
appreciates
after
that
this,
is unconditional.
yes, by our own condition, by our own conditions, sometimes we are not able to perceive a particular situation where Krishna puts us in. It that particular situation is basically to purify us, to make us realize what our material attachment is, right? Let's say if a pure devotee is criticized, once Prabhupada was criticized in a particular there was a particular a very big lecture that was arranged. There were very big people there, and suddenly one person started criticizing Prabhupada too much, and he was criticizing as in he was the only Indian in that whole assembly, and he was criticizing Prabhupada, and all the other Christians, they were hearing, and that Indian was saying that why are you teaching this Hindu knowledge to Christians and all that thing. Christians are not having problem, but one Hindu person was having a problem. So at that point of time, Prabhupada did not retaliate anything, and later Prabhupada asked, okay, how is that person, is he fine, did he eat Mahaprasadam? So the Prabhupada's disciples, he was saying, Prabhupada, you're asking about that person? That person was talking to you like so much, so he was criticizing you in front of so many people. Prabhupada said that Krishna is giving me like I do not remember the exact line, but Prabhupada was saying that it is, I would have done something in my past life and this is coming back to me. This person is giving me back that same thing. So although Prabhupada is a pure devotee, right, he's coming directly from the spiritual world, but still Prabhupada, through his actions, he's teaching us that a pure devotee is never bewildered, even in such insulting situations, even in such bad situations. He's always seeing Krishna's hand. So we as devotees, when we are trying to become devotee, Krishna will also put us in these type of situations wherein we would be checked upon whether I am attached to my own ego or I am attached to serving Krishna and serving devotees. So this was the whole thing. Hello, Hare Krishna. Yes,
Yes, Mataji,
so
we could hear you.
yes, so
Yeah,
was the doubt clear, Mataji?
Mataji, yeah, I just had a doubt. Like, how do we know that, Mataji? See, we all experience this. I agree. Krishna gives us test, like suppose we get so close or attached to some person, and the person suddenly leaves us. Also we cry, we miss them so much. But we know as devotees that Krishna will not leave us. I mean, he's the failure. He's giving us failure because he's redirecting us. He's not rejecting us. We know that. But how do we know that which is best for us?
Yes, so
Like,
Mataji, we have to see the situation in our life through the eyes of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So, I will just give you my personal experience that whenever I hear lectures of my Gurudev, so every day I'm hearing his lectures, but specifically when I am in a particular doubt or a situation wherein I'm bewildered or I'm hurt or whatever, the next day that lecture would be giving answers to my situation. Like, I am just randomly picking a lecture of his, right? It's not like I'm specifically choosing a particular lecture from his side, but through that lecture, somewhere in between, he would be giving me the answer. So this is how the devotees of the Lord himself, who is seated in our heart as Paramatma, he would guide us through Shastra, through our through devotee association, through our Guru, right? This is how we get to understand and perceive the situation as a blessing. Because what happens is, because we are so attached, uh, our soul has a covering, right? Our soul has a covering of mind, intelligence, and false ego. False ego covering is the closest covering to our soul. So when we actually leave this body, and when we actually when we are going back to Godhead, right, the last covering, which is the most subtle, is the false ego covering, and it is the the most subtlest. Actually, we are so attached to it that we do not understand how much we are attached to it unless and until we are put in a predicament. So this false ego thing doesn't make us perceive the blessing or perceive the whole situation as a blessing. That is why it is very important to hear, to read Bhagavatam daily, specifically to hear it from devotees who are very serious themselves in sadhana, and through Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra's Vani, we would be able to understand that all of this is a blessing. It takes time. It is not a 1 to 5, 10 years affair. It is a lifetime thing. Till the last moment, we have to struggle in this material world. And there is a very nice saying that it is
Exactly.
in yeah, and that's a very nice saying in Gujarati. Um, I just remember the first word. Bhakti no pad chhe surano nahi kaयर no kam chore. There is a bhajan like this. So this
Yeah,
particular
Vrindavan Das Prabhu says this
yes,
a
yes,
lot.
yes,
Anand
exactly.
Vrindavan Das Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I have also heard from his lecture only. So this particular path that we have chosen, this is a path of people who are like soldiers, right? It's not for someone who is a kayer, who is a coward. So we have to understand till our last breath, we will have problems so that we realize that this is dukhalayam shashvatam. Although I am saying all these things to you, even I am struggling. So it's not like when I'm giving this lecture, I'm just giving instructions. I am also this way Krishna is also making me remind to myself that even when I am facing difficulties, I have to refer to these things, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and I have to understand that whatever is happening is definitely happening for my good. Although I do not see it, I am not convinced it for it, but it is still the fact, right?
The biggest example is the COVID thing, Namataji.
Yes,
How
Mataji.
much we were in fear even to go out to the balcony. But now if we see, we feel like laughing.
Exactly, Mataji. So,
So that
Dukhalayam
all these stuff
Ashashvatam, every
Hare
happen.
Krishna
time Krishna
Mataji.
will prove it to us.
Mataji, in extension to Sindhu Mataji's question, I would like to ask, Mataji, we are doing sadhana, but we might not be perfect. And as you said, when the test comes, each and every situation in this world, the material world is a test only, na Mataji, that is sent by Krishna to us. So we don't fare, say that we don't fare well in a test. That is, uh, if we feel after the situation that what we've done is wrong, then how do we correct it, or how do we get back to square one? That is, say that our sadhana was bad on that particular day and something like that happens. How do we go about, Mataji?
So, Mataji,
How do we handle?
this will always happen like a small kid is trying to walk, right? He will fall down hundreds of times. But if he doesn't leave trying it again, then we also do not have to leave that thought of trying it again. So, the whole point of being sincere and determined in sadhana is something, it will take time. And it totally depends on the conditioning. We all have different conditionings through different number of lifetimes we are in this material world. So every person will have a different level. Someone might be able to come to 16 rounds, and that to sincere attentive 16 rounds in just 6 months, and someone like someone would take years and years to do that, right? But that does not mean that Krishna would love less the second person. Krishna loves both of them equally, and he is helping both of them equally. It is us who have to realize that no problem, it happens, but we don't have to carry that same mood again. Let's say I missed my morning rounds today, let's say. So I should not be like, oh, now this will happen every day, now I will never be able to do it. How will I be able ever be able to do it? This should not be my thought process. I should do my rounds today in a good way as much as possible, and then tomorrow I should again strive to do
Yes,
sincere
Mataji,
chanting. Hmm.
I agree about the sadhana part of it, Mataji, but how do we approach the problem in which we feel that we have gone wrong in a life situation? Then what? Or if others blame us that, in spite of doing this, you have done this. You should have been more tolerant. And how do we handle that? How do you know
So
what is right,
Mataji,
what is wrong, Mataji?
yeah, yeah. So it happens through daily hearing. If we are every day, if you are hearing Bhagavatam every day, this is a process. Let's say my consciousness is covered with the dirt of, let's say there is a room. It's blocked since, let's say, hundreds of years, and since hundreds of years that room has cobwebs. It has a lot of dust in the floor, right? If you try to clean that floor, the first time when you put the broom, right, the hole would be filled with dust, and you would feel like, oh my god, there is dust all around, I'm not able to see anything, let me just get out of this room, right? And then you lock the door again. So if we do that to our consciousness covering, then will it ever get purified? No, right? So this process is continuous. This will happen that people will blame us, or we would also feel sorry, or we would also feel guilty that I should not have done that, and I could have easily tolerated, but I was totally in the modes, right? So what my counselor was once giving me this answer, that how we are reacting to situations, it totally depends on two three things. One of it is, how is our sadhana going on since the last 2 3 days. Sadhana involves hearing, chanting, and reading. So if I have been hearing lectures every day, if I have been contemplating them and also reading scriptures, as well as I was chanting nicely, let's say from the last 4 5 days, then if a particular situation comes upon me, let's say someone blames me, or someone's criticizes me, or someone gives me bad names, right? But because of this, the modes which are actually controlling me will not have so much power on me, and I would be able to react in a better way. But when my chanting or my reading and hearing it is disturbed, if my sadhana is disturbed, I'm not associating with devotees properly, or let's say I am uh, if I'm not following the devotional sadhana principles properly, then these modes will attack upon me. So at that point of time, even when we are hearing things and when we are reading books, but we are not regular, or if we are not properly convinced of the philosophy, and then if something comes upon us, we act in the modes, and we act as per our inherent nature, conditioned nature, right? So this was the main thing. So he told me that whenever you become angry, or whenever you become proud, or whenever you are in a situation and you know that you have acted in a wrong manner, right? Just analyze your sadhana for the last 4 5 days, how you were in the sadhana. Then you would be able to understand that okay, you were acting in the modes. So the modes will never leave us, maya will never leave us. It is we who have to choose Krishna every day. Yes, Mataji, I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, Mataji, it was a really magical answer. I got the answer, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
All glories to devotees. Yes. So actually, we had to complete till 27th verse today, but we could complete only till 25th, and the time is way above. So I guess we'll have to stop today, and we can
Okay,
cover.
Mataji, you can continue till 5:30.
Um, I am not sure about the other devotees.
We are okay, Mataji.
Yeah,
Um,
it's okay, Mataji. Maybe you can take a raise of hands.
yes, if everyone can raise their hand if they're fine with 5:30, we'll just take 10 more minutes. 3 out of 16. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I think most of them are okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, let us go back again. Yes, so okay, so we were discussing this, right? That why the test are why Krishna takes the test of the devotee. So I guess we have discussed a lot on this particular thing, right? Um, so yes, this we discussed, right? That if Krishna would have stopped the chariot in front of Dusashan or Duryodhan, then automatically Arjuna would have become angry and fought without a second thought, right? He wouldn't have never got bewildered, right? That I don't want to fight. So then there would be no Bhagavad Gita for us. So this is the reason. Again, Krishna is yes, we covered this, so I'm not repeating. And Arjuna is called Krishna, called by Krishna as Partha, Pritha's son, right? Pritha is Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi is one of the names is Pritha. So Pritha's son is called Partha. So here, by this word Partha, what Krishna is trying to convey, he's saying the other part of the conversation is, see Arjun, I'm supporting you as you have a relationship with me directly, as well as through my devotee Kunti Maharani. Like Krishna is the friend of Arjuna directly, as well as he's a from the maternal side, right? He's also the cousin of Arjuna. So thus you are very dear to me, and I don't want you to quit. So that is why Krishna is using this word Pritha. So just see Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So in that way, Krishna is taking the chariot in between, and by seeing this word, just see Partha, just behold all the Kurus assembled here. So Krishna, in one sense, is saying that इससे आगे जाएंगे, if we go ahead, you will make friendship with them. So I don't want you to quit. So don't quit the war. All right. Okay, so 1.26. Here Arjuna sees all the relatives assembled on both the sides. So again, we can read. I will just go ahead quickly. तत्र पश्यत् स्थितं पार्थ पितॄन् अथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वसुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि. Translation is, there Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his father-in-law and well-wishers all present there. So we will discuss on who all he means when he says fathers, grandfathers, because his own father Pandu Maharaj was not there, right? So here by fathers he's meaning all the contemporaries. So like Bhurishrava. For Pitamahan, like grandfathers like Bhishma and Somadatta. For Acharya, the teachers like Dronacharya, Kripacharya were there. From the mother side, the mama that we say, right? So Shalya and Shakuni. So Shakuni was by default from Kaurava side, but Shalya was cheated by Duryodhan. He was cheated in a way. Once when when Shalya was actually going into the war, he wanted to join the Pandavas, but he by mistake he went into the area of Duryodhan. He was not knowing. So what happened was that Duryodhan told all the people to serve him very nicely. So they were serving very nicely. They were giving him good food stuff. They were treating him very nicely, and he was thinking that this is Yudhishthir's party, and this is Yudhishthir's side. So he was very pleased, and he was saying, I will glorify you all in front of Yudhishthir Maharaj. I will glorify you all, etc. So they were thinking Yudhishthir. So Duryodhan was saying, Duryodhan was like from the back of the side. He was saying, just take it, just take it. Don't retaliate. And when Shalya said that whoever is doing so much service to me, I will definitely fight from his side very nicely in the battle. So he was not thinking that okay, this is the side of Duryodhan. He was thinking it's side of Yudhishthir only. But then comes Duryodhan from the back, and he says, now you have promised, now you have to take my side. So this way Duryodhan has also cheated some of the people who were not wanting to be take the side of Kauravas. They wanted to take the side of Pandavas, but they were cheated in a way by Duryodhan too, because at that point of time people did not break their promises. So if they have taken a promise, they will have to fulfill. So they were not wanting, but they had to fight from Kauravas side. So Shalya, Shakuni, both the mama of the Pandavas, they were from the side of Kauravas. So they were also there. Then brothers, so Duryodhan and all the other 100 sons, they were also brothers of Pandavas, right? So all of them were there. Then sons which are like Duryodhana's son. So Lakshman Kumar and others, they were all sons who were also on the battlefield. Even the sons of Lakshman Kumar, who are the grandsons of, because a brother's son is basically their son, right? So the grandsons are also there. The sons of Lakshmana were also there in the battlefield. And friends, like friends in the sense, they all went to Gurukul together, right? So Ashwathama, he although he was not directly friend of Pandavas, but then he was a contemporary. And father-in-law like Drupad. So Drupad was in the side of Pandavas, but all the others that we have discussed, they were all on the side of Kauravas. But because they are in the war field, it is very certain that they will die, right? So that is why when he's, and well-wishers like Kritavarma. So the word which is used here for well-wisher is Surada. But actually, in real sense, Surada, the actual well-wisher of everyone together in the whole world, not just human beings, but ants, insects, and everything. So we hear that in Bhagavad Gita, Suridam Sarva Bhutanam. So Krishna is actually the well-wisher. So this particular word is actually really applicable only to Krishna, but here it is for Kritavarma. So seeing all the above categories of people, Arjuna saw 10 categories of relatives, all in the battlefield. And Arjun was overwhelmed by compassion, and he spoke the next verses. So this compassion, the first thing, that the compassion which Arjuna is showing, and the karuna that he's having, right? So this particular compassion is the first reason is that Arjuna didn't want to fight the war. He was hesitant now after seeing all his relatives, because the reasons now we will see in from the next verses. Okay, so moving ahead. So from the first to 26 verses that we have seen, they are called as Sainya Nirikshan Yoga. So here till now, all the warriors of the battlefield and all the details of them, right, they were being discussed. From now on, from 27 to 46, Arjun Vishad Yoga will be discussed, which wherein Arjun is giving reasons of why he doesn't want to fight the war and why he's totally fearful and compassionate, and he is lost. So if we remember, in the last class we were discussing the signs of victory, wherein it was very clearly shown that how Pandavas are undefeatable. They are having the biggest of fortunes with them. They are having the supreme lord with them. And with that, how much confidence they had, and their hearts were not shattered when the Kauravas blew their conches and everything. But even after having so much of confidence, even after having the supreme lord on his side, still when Arjun saw the relatives, and by seeing he developed that compassion towards them, then all of them are going to die. So then he becomes hesitant and he becomes fearful. So all the words that Arjuna is going to speak now, all the all the compassion that he's getting now towards them, these would be shown in the verses from 27 onwards. So it's 5:28 now, and I guess it would be better if we cover from 27 onwards from the next class. So anyone has any question? Okay, so I guess we are good to close for today. And
Mataji, I have one question.
yes, Mataji.
Madam, I will tell why we are stuck in one place.
As in?
Like this job, like profession, in profession side. We will stuck in one place. I mean, sir, we will continue the job. Immediately, we'll get the stuck. You are not doing sufficient work, so you can go up. Like I have a problem. I joined 3 months gap for me. Like I joined one school. She told after 3 months you can go now, like that. And another school I joined. Then it is improper balanced, ma'am. Like
Yes, Mataji. So the thing that we were discussing some time back, right? That
yes, ma'am.
problems are inevitable. Like we must not think that if we are in bhakti, there will be no problems. We are seeing right now how much problem Arjun is having. Arjun's problem, Pandava's problems are much, much, much bigger than us. Why Krishna gives so many problems to his associates? One of the reason is because, and that is the reason when I was telling this right sometime back, that we must hear Bhagavatam every day, when we must associate with devotees. Why? Because when we hear Bhagavatam, we see that the devotees with whom Lord has personally interacted, they have got very, very big problems than us, and still they were surrendered to Krishna. Still they did not feel that why this is happening to me, or why Krishna is doing this to me, or why me, maine kya bigada, right? So these type of things they are not they are not getting, and in fact they are grateful. Kunti Maharani's prayers, if you read, Kunti Maharani is saying that Krishna, again and again such problems should come, because if the problem is coming, then we are remembering you, and if we are remembering you, then we are able to cross over this cycle of birth and death. But if there are no problems, then we are not remembering you. So basically, having problems is beneficial, because then we are getting out of the cycle of birth and death, right? So these are very high prayers. We cannot pray like Kunti Maharani. We cannot even,
Yeah.
when the problems which she faced, just imagine her sons, like in front of her, she's seeing Karna and Pandavas fight to kill each other. They are wanting to kill each other. Their sons are being Kauravas are trying to burn them in a house of lac. So many things. Their kingdom was snatched away. The Draupadi was actually trying to be disturbed in front of so many big people, right? So many things is happening with us, with her. if we think, can we handle such a situation? If such a situations happen to us in our life, will we be able to handle the way Kunti Maharani has handled? And still she is asking for more problems, right? So the whole point is, when we hear Bhagavatam every day, we are convinced that this place is not for me. My actual home is Krishna. With Krishna, back to Vrindavan, back to Golok Vrindavan. Then we get the conviction that my life, my whole purpose of this life, my whole um, this is the goal of my life, that I have to go back to Godhead. And we are convinced that this place is Dukhalayam Ashaswatam. So you will get problems, Mataji. And by reading, like we are reading Bhagavad Gita right now, right? So even just when we are actually, let's say, when I started reading Bhagavad Gita, when I started joining classes for Bhagavad Gita, so with each class, one material doubt
आपको
will get
क्या
cleared out.
प्रॉब्लम है हम चेक करो
Hello, Hare Krishna.
सॉरी मैम
Yes. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, that with every class of either Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, our material doubts are getting cut. Right? Each and every doubt, each and every attachment, each and every moral, ethical value that we have in our head, that this is right and that is wrong, all of this will be shattered. Like Krishna shatters all our material conceptions of life through scriptures. So this is why when we are hearing daily, when we are reading daily, we get this conviction, and then we are able to face the problem. So definitely problems will come, Mataji, but chanting, reading, hearing must not stop. Well, then you would be blissful in every situation. So
थैंक यू माता जी
yes, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so thank you so much for extending the class, and a very apologies for all the power cuts and the disruptions that happened in between. I'm very grateful and very thankful to all of you. Because of you, I am repeating the Vani of the senior Vaishnavas. I'm repeating the Bhagavad Gita's instruction, and even I am getting benefited because of you all. So thank you so much. Whatever wrong I would have spoken is because of my condition and my conditional life and my bad sadhana, and whatever good that you are taking ahead from this class is definitely because of the benedictions of senior Vaishnavas, Acharyas, Guru Parampara. So thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Beautiful class.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
So much.
Hare Thank you. Thank you so much.
माता जी
Thank
please
you.
share.
माता जी
Thank you so much.
Sure, I'll share the PPT. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
थैंक
Pranam.
यू माता जी
Thank you.
Pranam.